Well, good morning to you. I'm Aaron Bowman, W4ARB, and I'm a CW operator. I love operating CW outdoors in the field and sharing it with you here on YouTube. So really appreciate you joining this morning. I am in Tuskegee National Forest, about to start a Parks on the Air activation, trying out a new radio that I have just acquired. And I've wanted one of these for a while, so I'm excited to have one now and give it a shot in the field for the first time today, and we'll see what I think of it. And that is the FX-4CR. So let's pull it out and let's see how it does. I'm using the Alex loop, of course. It's set up here on the picnic table right behind me. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and jump in, pull the radio out, plug it in, and we'll get on the air here in just a few minutes and see how the FX-4CR performs. Let's do it. So I've got my FX-4CR in this little low pro case that I usually use for my Hellcraft KX2, but hey, it fits nicely in here. Figure you're probably familiar with this radio. I have the blue one. I don't know what that means. I know there's several different versions and generations of this radio. I'm sure the blue one is a specific generation and version. I don't know, but that's the one that I have. And yeah, I mean, it is a pretty little radio. It has the nice color screen on it, giant buttons, nice solid knobs, metal case, and it does everything. Single sideband. It's got a built-in microphone. Yeah, for all those times that I use single sideband, which I don't. Anyway, yeah, neat little radio. I've been wanting to try one of these for quite a while. I know that they have had some keying issues in the past, and that's really what kept me away from it. And yeah, opportunity arose to trade for one, so I did, and now I'm excited to give it a shot. So we'll see if I run into any of those keying issues, and then just in general how it performs. I love how it's such a compact little radio, but it still has a built-in speaker, so that's pretty good to me. I love when a radio has a built-in speaker, especially since I record video a lot of the time in the field, and that is much easier when there is a built-in speaker involved. Alright, so for power today, I'm using this little wind camp, 3000 milliamp hour, 3 amp hour battery. This is one of those that you can put into the FT817. For some reason mine came with a messed up, or this one that I ordered came with a messed up plug somewhere in it, so I snipped it off. I put some power poles on it. I just use it as a little extra battery for things like this, so it makes a nice little compact battery. Alright, so the power cord here, kind of got it tangled up. I think I'm going to make me a new one of these. I'll make me a short one that's not two separate wires. Goodness, how did I do this? There we go. Alright, so the plug for this radio uses this thing. Was it XT60 plug? Yeah, I'm a fan of power poles. I love power poles, but it's a good connector too. So let's plug that into here and plug this end into my little battery. It's a fused cable too. Fancy. I don't normally use fused cables in the field. Don't tell anybody. Alright. It's got to have a kickstand. I think I'm going to order one of those today. It's one of those little stick-on feet that flips down. You can buy off Amazon pretty cheap, because I need it to sit like this. Let's see if I got something else that I can prop it up with in my bag. Bear with me just a second. Okay, well the verdict is no, I don't really have something I can prop it up with in my bag, so just gonna make do, let it be propped on that battery right there. So I need to figure out how to make an XT60 on one end and a USB-C PD on the other end so that I can power this off of my USB-C battery banks like I do most of my other radios. I wonder if I cut the barrel connector end off of one of the PD cables I have. If I stick an XT60 connector out, if it'll still work. Might have to give that a try. All right. Plug the key. It goes here. Okay. So it is all hooked up. Now I have tried this on my desk for a few minutes and made a contact just to kind of get a feel for it, make sure I decently understood how to use it, and it worked pretty good. So hopefully it will perform well in the field as well. This is not a review. This is my radio. I'm not really doing a review on it per se, but yeah, stick around if you want to hear my thoughts as I use it on the air. And then if you skip to the end of the video, I'll do a little section and a chapter that you can skip to on my first impressions of it after using it on the air in the field. So feel free to skip to that if you don't want to listen to the whole activation. Otherwise, let's turn it on, get the antenna tuned up, get on the air and make some contacts this morning. Thanks for joining. All right, I'm going to give you a little up-close view of the FX-4CR here. So, nice, beautiful display. I love all the information that it has on it. One thing I realized after using it on my desk for a few minutes yesterday is it looks like it would be a really complex radio just by the screen and all of the different pieces of information that are on it. But honestly, it's actually a very simple radio. It does not have that many bells and whistles. It has just the right amount for using in the field, and I like that. So it does present a lot of information on the screen. It's got buttons that are pretty well laid out and easy to access. But by and large, I would say it's actually rather simple to use. So I'm going to leave the camera pointed just like this while I tune it up, and you can kind of listen as the audio comes up and I get into the 40-meter band on the Alex loop tuning capacitor, and we'll see what it sounds like as we're tuning it up. And then I'll move the camera back so you can see my pretty face once I actually get started. All right, let's tune the antenna. That's a car driving by, not the sound coming out. The joys of using a park where the recreation area is on a highway. Sorry about that. Here it comes. Okay. What we got going on here? I'm on CW. I've got no audio. I don't know what the deal was there. Had no audio. Keyed once. The audio came back. Alright, let's finish tuning now. Man, the SWR meter is jumpy. Alright, that's giving me a 1.2 to 1. Goodness gracious, that receiver is hot. Noise floor is high. I've already got the attenuator on. Can I get more attenuation? Yeah, that sounds better. Alright, and let's set this filter. Right now it is at 100 hertz. That's going to go way wider. 800. That's pretty comfortable. Okay. I think we are set and ready to go here and doing some operating with the FX-4CR. Let's get on the air. Okay, I've got my spot ready to put into the POTA website, and I'm on 7.062, so on 40 meters this morning. My power level is set at 5 watts, because that's what I normally operate, and yeah, ready to go here. So let me call QRL a couple times, and then we'll submit the spot and start making some contacts. See how this little bitty rig performs. I think I need to turn up the side tone volume though. Set the keyer speed to 21. Side tone 600 hertz. And let's turn the side tone volume up. Sounds like pretty good volume. Alright, let's do it. Whew. Keyer speed, we're going to go up to 22. One other thing I want to do, I want to change the break-in time. How do I do that? CW delay. That sounds pretty good. Okay, I know you can't really see that display from that far away, but that's pretty nice. I don't know if this has a memory keyer in it. Honestly, I don't know. So we're just gonna act like it doesn't. Let's call CQ. One thing I'll say is the dot and dash weight seems slightly different than I'm used to. I missed that. Come again? RDO, I think? I got that call wrong. I'll go back and listen to the video later and get that call right. That was a strong signal. Did I lose you? Gotcha. Good. Another Alabama. So that slight distortion and vibration is actually in the case of the radio. I don't know if it's in the case or, you know, it's the gain circuit, audio gain actually distorting. Don't know. Good one. Florida. Bet it's a little warmer there today. AE8EA. Man, I must be real weak because it keeps happening. I reply and I have to try again. I have no idea what banking conditions are today. Turn my keying speed down a little bit. Good morning. Thanks for the contact. Okay, gotcha. Man, why does the volume it's like fading down and going back up? It's really weird. I don't know if you can hear that on the video, but it's like when it gets really loud, even the side tone distorts, and then the volume kind of goes down. I don't know if that's a battery issue or what. Weird. Showing 11.8 volts, so it's gone down a little bit, as to be expected, but still good voltage. Man, that speaker is so distorted. One thing I did do at home is I plugged in headphones, and wow, there was a lot of clicks with the keying, to the point where I could not use this radio with headphones. Could not do it. I don't know what the deal was with that. Hear the audio? The audio's kind of going up and down, up and down. It's weird. I don't know what the deal is with that. Never experienced that before. If you have any ideas, leave me a comment. Good to hear you this morning, Chris. WB5 and N. What's up with the audio changing like that? Hope you can hear that on the video. Let's go up to 20 meters for a minute. Up to 14.062. Try that first. Tune this antenna. Give me just a second. Okay, antenna tuned. It's called QRL. Let's do about 10 minutes on 20 meters, see if we can make a few more contacts. All right, nothing heard. It's called CQ. Turn my key and speed up to 21. If it was filtered to be wider. I just couldn't do the wide filter on 40 meters. Just didn't sound good. Maybe it'll sound better here. I'm at 500 hertz right now. RBN's respotted me. Not a very strong signal, but it respotted me. Gotcha. Ohio. Man, 4 in the log in 3 minutes. That's awesome. It's a little chilly out here this morning. Gotcha. Oh, I heard somebody off there. Let me widen this filter and get them. Pennsylvania. That's Ed, KF9R. I know that call. Gotcha. Okay, I gotta go. Oh, it's fun. I could just keep going all day. Seriously, I could. I'm not gonna call QRT because I can't do any more contacts. I gotta get back. So let me set my spot to QRT so folks know I am gone. Alright, make sure that's submitted. Well, did it? There it goes. Okay. Man, that was fun. Alright, so the FX-4CR, let's talk about it for just a second. First off, it's really cool. I mean, color screen, waterfall, the buttons are huge, the case is nice, it's well built. It certainly made good contacts, so 40 meters, 20 meters. I don't know how many contacts I made, somewhere around 20 something, maybe 25. Count them up later. But I would say that it definitely did the job. Now, things that I noticed that were not great is the audio distorting. I can understand when the volume's up loud if it distorts. It's a tiny, tiny little speaker. I mean, that thing's tiny. So I can completely understand when I've got the volume cranked up to 60, it's going to distort some. But man, when the side tone is nice and buttery smooth, and then like strangely the volume just kind of starts oscillating or going up, and the gain gets too high and starts distorting the side tone, then comes back down, all within the same CQ call. That's very strange. I don't know what causes that. So that was very weird. Other than that, I mean, a tiny little speaker internal audio to a radio this size. I can't say I'm necessarily disappointed in it. It's not a 705. 705 is, probably 6 times this size. I love my 705. It's right there. I've got it with me. But, all in all, the internal speaker works good. Now, I am concerned about the fact that the headphone jack, when you plug into that, there's some nasty key clicks and pops and audio artifacts that happen. So I've got to see, maybe the firmware version isn't updated on this thing. I'm not sure. I haven't checked that yet. So I'll check that out and see if there's a firmware update that may help that. But if not, then the headphone output is not very useful to me because that was way too noisy. So all in all, I would put it in a class with the Xiegu G90 with significantly less features. The G90 can do more. It's also got a built-in tuner, but it's also 20 watts. Similar screen. I feel like the G90 and this radio are probably in the same world. The difference here is this radio is much smaller. This one will do 20 watts out. I don't know that you're supposed to do that on CW. I just run 5 watts most of the time anyway, but it's nice to have the little extra punch if you need it. But yeah, all in all, neat radio. I don't know that I would say it would be my only field radio. It may be amazing for digital modes, for single sideband. I don't know. I don't operate those modes. I'm just a CW operator. And as far as a CW radio goes, I'd say it's a little unpolished. The keying timing is a little weird. And by timing, I don't mean that it's off. It seems like the timing is right. It's just that it feels like dots are a little short. Dashes are normal, but dots are a little short. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's got like a 3.5 to 1 keying ratio. I don't know. I'm not that educated. I'm sure there's others that'll watch this that may be able to tell me what I'm hearing, but I can tell you I operate a lot of CW and it doesn't feel normal. But I mean, it doesn't bother me either. I can get used to that. So I don't think I made a ton of keying mistakes. I made more than I make with my 705 because I'm extremely used to my 705's keyer, so obviously I'm going to key on it better. But, it's not an extremely polished CW radio. I will say that. But, I mean, for the price, I don't think it's terribly expensive. I don't remember. I traded for it. But for the price, I think it's in the $500-600 range. And the features that it includes, and the size of it, and the build quality, I think it's about right. It's about right. Being around half the cost of the 705, it's not half the performance. I mean, you're going to make the same contacts. The difference is the 705 is going to sound a little bit more polished while doing it, right? So that's one thing I'll note is once you get into the subjectiveness of radio preference here, we're not talking about which radio you're going to make more contacts on. I mean, at the end of the day, they're both 5-watt radios. They're both really going to make the same contacts. The difference is what's it going to sound like and the experience of using it, the knobs and the buttons and the screen and the interface, etc. So all in all, certainly not replacing my 705. I don't think I would have it as my only field radio, but I'm going to hang on to this one, at least for now, and see what else I can learn about it. I got to figure out that audio thing where the side tone while I was keying, the volume was going up and down, and it was distorting and then going back to being smooth and then distorting again. I don't know what was going on with that. Could be battery voltage. I don't use this battery much, but I never saw on the screen anyway it dipping below 11 volts, and the voltage range for this radio is 9 to 16, I think. It's got a huge range. Don't quote me on that. Go check the specs. But I don't know what the deal was, but either way, fun activation. Got some good contacts in the log, so thanks if you are one of those that did make it in the log this morning. And if not, I hope to catch you next time. And with that, I'm going to sign off and say 73 from W4ARB here in Tuskegee National Forest. See you in the next video.